were an undertaker. The first formal schools were set up to teach embalming. Okay, the first formal schools were set up to teach embalming. Anybody who wanted to be an embalmer really needed to learn how to do it. And the earliest ones were, they were basically traveling schools where they put a newspaper notice in that the school was going to be held in this town on such and such a date, and if you wanted to sign up for it, you could. And then they'd pack up and leave and move on to another town. Some of the pioneers in funeral service education, C.B. Dolge, he founded the U.S. School of Embalming. Joseph H. Clark, the Cincinnati School of Embalming. Charles Renard, the Renard School, which was in New York City. And Charles Renard was also the author of the Undertaker's Manual, which was the first American textbook on embalming. And then Felix Sullivan was known as the Dean of Embalmers because he embalmed so many people and so many famous people. Publications, trade newspapers. Again, the organizations have their own. They were first designed, again, to keep people, these undertakers, informed of the latest trends, which is basically what they still do today. The first one was called The Undertaker. Then there were other ones called The Casket, The Shroud. And the American Funeral Director has evolved, and that is an independent publication today. You can subscribe to the American Funeral Director without having to be part of any funeral organization. And then Virginia was the first state to license an embalmer, and Pennsylvania was the first state to license a funeral director. And that's it. Brief history of funeral service. I just covered a few thousand years.